shit's given. No shit given. No shit's given. We don't care what you think.
Welcome to No Shit's Given. I'm Chris.
I'm Ben.
What's going on, man?
Oh, a bunch of stuff. I even took the time to write a little bit of a list.
Wow.
Well, we've been just
Show notes now?
we've been rambling lately, so I was like, maybe if I make a list, I can stay on some of the topics I got. But the shop has been super busy, which is really good.
Yep.
But it leads me to think about things that people aren't really thinking of, and I wish that they would. Simple things, like rescheduling your appointments. I don't mind rescheduling an appointment, but 3, 4, 5 times in a row, stop making appointments you don't know when you can be here.
Or do you really want to go? Do you really want a tattoo if that's what you're doing?
Well, there's that, and I'll get to part of that as well. But like, some of these people, they want tattoos, and shit happens. I get it, whatever. But every time, I got 3 different girls and a fourth that's not really working on a full schedule, but a walk-in schedule. All right, every time you mess with my schedule, it affects like 3 people.
Right.
It's not just you don't have time to come do it. They're not getting paid.
You got a policy on that though, don't you?
A no call, no show policy. But as long as you give me some time, because
Yeah, but don't you need like
give me
day or
24
two?
hours if you
Yeah.
can. I mean,
Yeah.
a reasonable amount of time, not a half an hour ahead of time.
Right.
We have one artist that's struggling with that right now. A lot of her clients just don't feel like they need to respect her enough to give her any time to fill her schedule, and so there's layers to the clientele issue. Like our clients, when you book with Mariah, we only have, not to say we only have top notch, but I mean like with the upper level, like you're serious.
Right.
You understand you're going to pay good money, you're going to wait some time, and then you're going to get in. It is what it is.
you're a really cool client.
Yeah,
so
usually
that's who you're getting.
Yeah.
I just say that because she does mine.
And then
Friday.
Stephanie's got to work harder.
Right.
There was an example of Stephanie trying to work harder. Back in the day, we would have done this in Port Leyden days, but you came in with 10 pounds of shit. You want it in a 5-pound bag,
Yeah.
and she needs to do tattoos. So she's like, I'll do it. And so she got through the stencil and was working on it. This guy was hemming and hawing. We hadn't quite got to the ink part yet. And I finally took a look at it. I'm like, wait a minute, this whole concept isn't going to work. And I knew that Stephanie knew that.
Yeah.
But she just couldn't
trying to please
She
the
couldn't say
client.
that because she's trying to please her client. So at the end, I'm about to have a tattoo that's going to come out of here not as good as it could be, and a guy that's going to in 2 years be like, man, this tattoo didn't look like it did 2 years ago.
Right.
And then it looks bad on her. But really, all she was doing was trying to give the best she could to that client for what he was pressing her for. He didn't want to make any changes.
Mm-hmm.
So there's, everybody does it. We all do it. You do it. Everybody wants to put more in than you can fit.
Right.
And then, that's why you have a professional to give your opinion and so on and so forth. And then it works out most of the time. Some people don't want to budge. And
Right.
in her early career, we've done it. I can think of a few examples of she was over her skis when she did it, but we did it because we needed to make money.
Yeah.
And we needed to put stuff on the portfolio that we didn't always do. Excuse me. And that's kind of what Stephanie was trying to do. And I stopped it, and I was talking tech because Mariah wasn't here, so I was texting with her. I'm like, what do I do about this? And this is, do you know what's going on, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I've established the fact guy's about to get a bad tattoo, and Stephanie's going to do it, and it's not going to work, and it's going to happen, so I have to figure out how to stop it. But as the manager, I have to stop it without throwing the artist under the bus because she's really just doing the best she can do.
And still trying to keep the client happy.
When I say things in my shop, people listen to me sometimes differently than they do with the girls.
Yeah.
So I just went over, I'm like, all right, I'm taking this picture away. We're not doing this tattoo. I'll explain it to you, plain and simple, just like I just said. And I'm like, I hope you can respect that because I really just want you to have the best tattoo you can do and for her to do the best tattoo she can do. This isn't going to be it.
Right.
And you're like, well, if you want to, you can come back and revisit this and we'll set you up with Mariah and she'll tell you the same thing.
Right.
And I was like, but, that's how it is. And he's like, well, I appreciate that. I'm like, well, some people don't.
Right. This can be on the body the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Man.
And after somebody's been doing this almost 20 plus years, I see what's going on, So that was, my gripe about clients over asking is only going to go so far in the world because everybody wants a million things and the internet's great and so on and so forth. The tattoo reality isn't necessarily lined up with the internet reality. We'll just leave that there.
Can you make this glow in the dark,
Sparkles.
all black?
Yeah, I mean, like some of the craziest shit.
Yeah.
You know, and so, but I mean, that's why you'll always need professional tattoo artists to give
Right.
you their professional opinion. Over asking's one thing, and I did have that on here, but like the scheduling part, like just irritates the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's, you know, it's a lot. I've always said, you know, we only have 10% of my clientele are fucking morons. I'm not going to tell you which 10% they are because I still want their money. But some of even the more smarter people are just freaking stupid about how they do things. Like the world just revolves around this little bubble that I'm in,
Right.
and you know, so on. They just I'll book an appointment for March. Well, anytime. What about this day? No, that one don't work. So we go play
it's not
through.
anytime.
Yeah, we play through that game, and then I finally get them booked, and then 2 weeks ahead of time, like, well, oh no, I can't make it that time. Can I book another one for April? And I'm like, well, they really don't have, she's got time in April, really trying to keep this thing going. And after 3 or 4 times of that, but every time, like, okay, I'm making this appointment out for one of the artists. And then we'll come back, and by then, everybody's schedule is kind of changed because it's like an amoeba. It's kind of solid, but it floats in fluid.
Right.
But maybe I'm not going to be here that day, so now we're going to ask, one of the other girls, Brittany, Stephanie, Mackenzie, can you come in on a time where you weren't planning on coming in, so that way I can do this tattoo? And then, so now I've got 2 people you're impacting. Maybe Brittany or Stephanie or Mackenzie can only do a half of a day, so then I'm going to have to get in, or Mariah's going to have to get in on a day off. So, like,
Right.
It's not just you in this fucking bubble, people. Like, think about it. And when you do it 3, 4 times, and now I'm starting to push them out. Like, this guy just did it to me for like the 4th time the other day. I'm like, when can I get in after that? I was like, this looks like August. Like, I don't even want to talk to you until the summer's pretty much over.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, let me enjoy my summer
Yeah.
without speaking to your ass.
And then, another one that I thought it was a kind of funny thing, because you're cheap and even you do this. So I don't understand you fucking cheap cocksuckers that do this stuff to us. Tips.
Yeah.
All right, $500 tattoo. Mm-hmm. What do you, percentage-wise, what do you think you should tip?
10 to 20%.
Okay. You know roughly off your head what that's going to be?
Like $50 to $100.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I did the math on it. You're right in that park. All right. Well, you know what a tip on a $150 tattoo would be?
Yeah, about $15 to $30.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm getting people that come in, and if you love your dinner, you tip very well.
Yeah.
All right. You tip at minimum 15% for pretty much any meal you eat out other than McDonald's and that
Right.
bullshit, right? So if you go to, Chef Andy, he gets a good tip because I love eating there.
Yeah.
All right. If I came in to a tattoo shop and I love my tattoo,
Yeah.
$10 tip, on a $600 tattoo.
Right.
Like, come on, guys.
Right.
That's almost being disrespectful, in my opinion. It's like, you're not really worth any extra.
Right.
Round up my change. You can have that.
Yeah.
Like, I would be appalled. Like, if my children went into a restaurant and they tipped $1,
Yeah.
What? You know what I mean? Like, and I know you're cheap. I'm a healthy tipper, but like, we tip.
Right.
Like, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
Even a cheap guy that doesn't give up 2 cents if he doesn't have to can immediately do the math on these numbers. It's not.
Oh, yeah.
It's not rocket science.
No.
And we have a calculator. I would wait for you to check your math and be taking an appropriate tip. I have, been to other artists and stuff. Like, I just did a tip for her nails.
Yep.
I don't know what to tip, so I'm going to tip you well. And then you'll be happy to see me again.
Right.
I do remember who tips really well. Most people got the gist that they should tip something.
Yeah.
And I do find it cute when they're like, would you ever ask a waitress, should I tip you? But people just don't know. So I like, well, if you...
Well, this is a service. You're in the service industry.
And so I would just think it's just a thing. But do I tip you here? Well, if the spirit moves you, I say. But we're not pandering. This isn't a pandering thing. We're just like,
Right.
it's a respect thing. Like, if you really enjoyed your thing, you're tipping 30-40%.
Right.
I tip her tattoo artist, 75% if it's an awesome thing.
Right.
And you get these people that come in and it just blows over their mind. So I was ranting and raving about that one day, and I was like, I'm putting that on my list. Like, come on.
Bitch about.
Yeah, like and I don't give a shit. No shit's given, dude.
Yeah.
If you're gonna come in and drop 500, expect to drop another 100 for a tip. That's just
Right.
common. If you don't, like I was saying, like I remember our really good tippers. Mm-hmm. I get a message from
Yeah, they'll probably get a better price next time they come
better
in.
price, and I'm not even gonna bullshit you. They know it. I'm
Yeah.
going to give them a better price, and they're getting in.
Yeah.
They're getting in as soon as I can find a time.
Right.
Your middle of the road tippers, they're just middle of the road people.
Right.
Your low tippers, psh, I ain't trying to hear your crap. Like,
Right.
all right. Or if I did, if you can get lucky, okay, you can get lucky, and I won't just blow you completely off. If you were super cool during your appointment, I will just add to your bill next time.
Right.
Like, all right, so your $600 tattoo is now a $700 tattoo,
Right.
and we're gonna have a good day.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, because I know.
Yeah.
That's it.
yeah. So it's I make sure I try and make it worth it for her when she's gonna do stuff she doesn't want to do.
Yeah.
With the three girls working now, there's like different levels of experience and
Yeah, but poor
techniques.
Stephanie's the least experienced, so she probably gets the ones that the other two are like, well, I don't really.
Well, no, because I was real clear, like in the beginning when Mackenzie decided to come to us,
Yeah.
like, all right, here is my priority. I have to keep Stephanie going.
Right.
So really, it's priority one is Mariah. Then the other stuff goes to Stephanie, and then anything that doesn't really work or is above Stephanie's level kind of comes back to Mackenzie, and Mackenzie is expected to bring her own clientele,
Right.
which is not really working out for her. She had a rough go of it as her shop closed and how everything kind of came to pass.
Right.
Her people aren't willing to drive an hour from Oneida to come up here for it. And so when they're making appointments, it's every excuse in the book on why they can't get here. It's snowing, my cat farted. Like,
Right.
I mean, just it's not worth it. So I finally started asking some questions. And really, she's very slow in her process. So your 4-hour tattoo is usually 5 or 6 hours of being there.
Yeah.
And now I'm adding 2 hours of drive time. That's my entire day now.
Full day, yeah.
As opposed to just a 4-hour tattoo. When we get you in, you're in and out in 4 hours and with a full complete piece.
Right.
These people are spending 4 or 5 hours and they're not getting completely done. So long and short, if you're a slow fuck around and you leave and you're hard to deal with and you're not getting completely through your tattoos, people aren't really going to travel for you.
Right.
Which blows my mind because I got people from out of state that fly in for my work.
Yeah.
For my wife's work.
Right.
So like an hour. I've never driven less than an hour to take her a tattoo to get a tattoo. She gets
Right.
tattooed in Syracuse or Cortland.
Yeah.
And it ain't going to be around here.
Because those are the two artists she trusts.
Yeah.
So that's where she goes.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, she doesn't have that level of clientele that are willing to be all that for her.
Right.
So with the move, it's been very challenging to keep her steady busy. It's ebbs and flows for her. Stephanie's staying real well.
I bet summers, though, are different than winter.
She I remember when we were in similar boats where you're like, all right, I get why they canceled this week. They're waiting for taxes.
Yeah.
The spring, we're going to be slammed.
Once spring hits, yeah.
I say it every year.
T-shirt weather.
Wait till they
For
start
some
taking
reason.
off their clothes.
Yeah.
It's for some reason. Once girls
Yeah,
start
but
taking off their clothes,
I know,
and
but
look in the
like
mirror.
winter's the best time to get a tattoo. It's the easiest to take care of. You're not getting out in the sun
You're not.
with it.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what
I
I
mean,
mean?
I don't
You're
think
covering it, so when you have your
right, but I hate having sleeves and shit on my tattoos
Yeah.
and rubbing us. I'd rather have a pair of shorts on and not have to worry about it rubbing on my legs.
right,
So I
that's
mean,
true, too.
there's
Yeah,
pros and
there's
cons
pros
to
and
all.
cons,
But,
yeah.
But
Yeah, then again, my shirts stick to me when I
yeah,
got my antibiotic on there.
Right. Tax time it always used to be that was our money making 3 months right there.
Right.
Now we're just always living in that world.
Yeah.
And everybody else is coming to that. So hopefully it'll pick up for Mackenzie with tax time. Stephanie, like I said, has been staying busy, but I expect her to really pick up once the clothes start
I'm
coming
sure
off.
she will, yeah.
We're looking at her clientele is definitely the youngers.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really have a set artist yet. They don't have a set style yet. They just want They just want. And so she's spidering out throughout that friend group. So we're getting a lot of 30 and unders in her side. So that's working perfectly.
Good.
It's perfect for the demographic she needs to work into.
Yep.
But specifically, like, these girls it's about to be springtime, and they're like, tank tops, I need tattoos. Perfect, come get them. And that'll spill over some into Mackenzie's world. She's got to rebuild that rep. Mm-hmm. And no matter what I do, we can vouch for it. I mean, I've told people, like, I've already streamlined her processes. She's getting better at her scheduling. We're doing these things for her, so now really she just buckles down and does the work. Once the tattoo starts, mm-hmm. no issue whatsoever. The work stands on its own. It's the stencil process, the interpersonal, figuring out what we're actually doing process. And when you're down on your money and you're not super confident in yourself, I'll let you kind of push me around and tell me what I'm going to do. For example, there was a guy that came out. We had a conversation about saran wrap. All right, we don't use saran wrap here.
I always hated
terrible.
that. Yeah.
We don't cover it with anything unless
Right.
I absolutely know. Like, you look at me like I'm going to the barn after this.
Right,
Then I will wrap it
cover
and sand it, and I'll be like, tomorrow, take this off.
Right.
Like, don't do it. But,
I've seen people wear it for a week.
oh yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Gross.
Yeah.
It's better than saran wrap, but this guy.
No, I've seen people keep the saran wrap on.
Oh
for a
yeah.
week.
This guy's a mechanic, tattoo mechanics all the time.
Yeah.
And he goes in here, he's like, I should have it. He gets his tattoo, and he tells her I should have it covered for work. We literally 2 days prior had a conversation about we don't ever saran wrap nothing.
Right.
He walks out, and he's got saran wrap on his arm. I go, what the hell? And she's like, well, he told me he needed it covered. I said, so you need to be professional and tell him no. Well, he's going to work in a garage. I understand that. He needs to be a grown-up big boy. And remember, like, keep it covered with a T-shirt and keep it
wear
clean.
a long-sleeve T-shirt.
Like, we don't do that. It's terrible. And so we had to have a little bit. I hate doing stuff in front of clients, but, like, you can't let that walk out.
Right.
Take that out of the equation.
Yeah.
You walk out in the street and go to the bar with saran wrap on your arm with your new tattoo. Who in the fucking world believes you got that in a professional studio?
Right.
You just came
I
out
always
of
thought that
somebody's garage.
Every time I see somebody,
Yeah,
with
they
the
come
saran
right out of a
wrap on.
kitchen, And so it's
Because I've never seen a professional shop that sends people out.
It's a bad look. So I mean, we're streamlining and fixing her things to make her more professional and help her move in that direction. She also has to, and not just Mackenzie. I'm not saying this for either one of them. They all need to come in and do the extra work to be a better artist. And that's not just sitting there banging tattoos. That's your socials. That's your want tos. When I'm sure friends we've had in the past, all right, friends I've had in the past, get to a certain level and they're fine, they're comfortable there. And you move on and you look back at them 5, 7, 10 years later and you're like, man, dude, you haven't moved at all.
Yeah, you're still
but they're perfectly comfortable.
Yep.
They're perfectly happy. And really, if they're a friend of yours, all you really want is for them to be happy.
Yep.
But you haven't tried to do any better.
Right.
But it's not necessarily because they haven't tried, because they don't know that that's achievable.
Mm-hmm.
So, the gold standard, and it sucks in our shop to always hold her up like this because it makes her head get even bigger. But the gold standard on work ethic is right there in front of you. If you want to have 30,000 people on your Facebook page, you have to work to get 30,000 people on your Facebook page.
It's not going to happen overnight either.
If you want to do better tattoos, you have to work to do better tattoos. If you want to have your books full, you have to go out there and pump yourself out there to get more tattoos.
Yeah.
You can't just post one thing a week and expect that the world's going to beat your door down. So it's all the extras.
You should be doing art and posting your art and everything else too.
Anything to keep you in there.
Yeah.
Well,
Keep
I don't
active.
love the drawing stuff, and that's one of the things I was missed on my over asking part about clients. But don't ever expect an actual tattoo artist to send you a picture of anything. Because anything that they're posting, you're taking and giving it to the next guy.
Right.
And I see it all the time.
Yeah.
That's why everything she's got her name across it, because at least they're going to have to go through the effort and bullshit of taking her name off it in order to steal it.
Right.
But, these custom designed pieces, for example, while we were talking, you're like, I got to save this thing. I was like, I got a story for you. All right. Mariah spent, I don't know, probably 30 hours drawing up this custom design thigh piece.
Yep.
Banging tattoo fairies and all that. And then we had her clicker on her pen wasn't working when we came to work one day. And so she's like, well, I'll restart the computer. Lost the whole damn thing.
Oh my God.
But she still had the elements of the piece. She could put it back together as a stencil, but she was going to waste just lost like all the effort and time of color shading and theory and
yeah.
all that shit. So up until the last minute, she's fixing, redoing, drawing, ends up printing it out, drawing it with colored pencils and everything. Probably in total from consultation time to needle time, she's probably spent a full work week's worth of time on this drawing now, between losing it and everything. Right. She's jacked. She was excited to come to work that day, gonna do this awesome tattoo. The woman sits down. She's got lots of tattoos she can handle getting a tattoo. 2 minutes in, everybody in the room knew there was absolutely no way this woman was getting a tattoo.
Oh no!
She's the third person to ever tap out.
Oh my God.
Ended up with a flower this big that wasn't anything to do with part of the design because she couldn't even
That's the worst.
Still. Yeah. And
that sucks.
so like those of us in the know know that she's just a pot of boiling water over there.
Oh yeah.
The money's gone. Mm-hmm. The time and effort and energy expended on
she's going to want to put that on somebody else.
Well, today she doesn't even want to ever look at that thing.
Oh really?
Oh, she is so pissed.
Well, she loves the piece so much.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised.
She told the woman when she was drawing it, she's like, if you don't get this, I'm going to get it. But, today she's so mad about the piece, I don't think we walked in and saw a fairy on the wall. She's like, fuck that fairy. But, all right, so she's just
How does somebody that have a bunch of tattoos not be able to hand a thigh tattoo?
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, right front, center, like perfect spot.
Right in the middle of your thigh.
And, I mean, I'm telling you, she wasn't 2 minutes in and
How the hell did they get the rest of their tattoos?
I have no idea.
Wow.
There's none of these have ever been like this. This is so terrible. Like, you got them all. I can see a couple of them, and, like, behind her ear, which isn't a bad spot, but neither is your thigh. So, like...
Thigh's like one of the easiest
spots
absolutely,
ever. Absolutely. So, my wife, and, again, gold standard of professionalism, okay, and work ethic, just lost $800 or more today. And this is a multiple sitting thing. So I mean, we're looking at a couple grand on this thing. There's no way this woman's going to pay me to do this tattoo.
Right.
Okay. That ship has sailed. Now we've got 4+ hours of time we were going to work and get paid for, and nothing's happening. Transition just like that to the boyfriend. Didn't you say you wanted something? She spends 3 hours doing a skull cover up on him. Think about that. Wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
Ready for full color fairy puke coming out of this girl's arm, and in an instant transition to what I've got, full dark what you got, full dark gnarly fucking skulls on a dime, and sit down freehand draw cover up and make that money.
Nice.
Right. I mean,
that's her 30 some odd years experience.
Right. It was 25s. 25 this year.
I can say it's got to be pushing 30.
25. 2001 was her first one.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean,
still, that shows experience.
Experience, professionalism, versatility. Like, the girls weren't there for that. I'm like, man, I wish they could have seen it, because that's how you transition. That's what makes the great shop.
Yep.
And to the level of the fact, like, she was so good and professional about it. I bet you unless this woman actually watches this podcast, she probably has no idea how mad Mariah was.
Right. Well, she was excited. It was a piece she really wanted to do.
But I mean, I would have ripped that woman. You would have lit her up. Absolutely. There would have been no question about how I felt about not doing that tattoo.
There's also a difference between men and women.
And I've said it a million times. If it was up to me, this shop would not be successful. And if it was up to her, this shop would not be successful.
Right.
But, like, no inkling and no idea of the concept that she just cost us $1,000 or more.
Right.
Doesn't even care, because it's all right. He sat down and got a tattoo. She still made money. No big deal.
Yeah.
And it's that kind of thinking in these people that I'm just like, I don't think like that.
Right.
I know you don't think like that. No. Like, I don't know how. Like, I appreciate your time. If I ask you to do something with me, I appreciate
Right.
the time that you're taking to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and generally, if it's a service kind of thing, like for example, the other day I made an appointment for an oil change, and I got to fix a marker light.
Yep.
Right. I got to fix a marker light because in this stupid Chevy, you got to pull the whole front end out to change the fucking marker light.
Any car now, Ben.
Okay,
Any
yep.
car.
Well, hold on.
Headlight, anything, any bulb you have to change.
Yep. I thought so because I fought with that, couldn't find it. I'm like, I know me, plastic. I'm going to destroy this whole front end. Not doing it. I'll have the guy do it when he does oil change. No big deal. So he's draining the oil. He's like, let me see. Oh, yeah, you got to pull the front end up. He takes about 8-10 bolts out, and he's pulling on it. He's like, wait a minute. And he looks, kind of does this weird angle thing, sticks his hand down in there, and goes, I can reach it. So we literally just wasted a half an hour because I thought you had to pull this thing off here, right? So I pay for my oil change. I'm like, $60 for the oil change. No big deal. Awesome. Thanks, buddy. I'm like, here's 20 for your time for doing the freaking stupid thing because you listened to me.
Yep.
I appreciate your time. You came up in the morning. You got me in. I'm doing an oil change. You said, I'll go the extra mile and see if I can figure out this marker light for this idiot.
Yep, you just saved me a ton of
And,
time.
you know, but you wasted time because I came in with the idea that we had to pull the thing off.
Right.
So, like, I appreciate your time. Give them some cash for it. No big deal. Like, where does it come where you're like, all right, no big deal. You weren't doing anything more important than waiting for me to show up so I can be nice to you. Like, come on.
I took my car in the other day because I kept hearing this clunk in the
Tesla?
front. Yeah, in the front driver's side. Same spot where something had broke before and they fixed it under warranty. So I'm like, oh, it's got to be the same exact thing. Same exact sound. Everything. I'm like, okay. So I made my service appointment. I've got a service contract, so it only cost me $100 to get anything done because I extended the warranty. So I'm like, I'm going to get taken care of. You know, it's got to be the same thing.
Yeah.
Got to be the same exact thing. I drive there, go. I'm like, how much to rotate the tires while I'm here? I need them rotated. $65. Okay, do that too while I'm here. So I take a demo drive. I take one of their other cars, go for a ride, go do grocery shopping.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm going to get my groceries. Oh, car's done. I come back. Like, yep. There's a piece of ice on your brake line.
Nice.
And that's what was causing the noise. The same exact noise as the suspension part that was broke before made reacted exactly the same piece of ice. So that piece of ice cost me $175 because I still had to pay that service fee plus my tire rotation. I'm like, son of a bitch. What the hell? A piece of ice. I thought after the warm up we had, like, I got all the ice off the car. I'm like, no, it can't be ice. Everything's come off by now. And nope. Piece of freaking ice on a brake line making the same sound as something broken.
Oh, they made you pay the service charge?
Yes.
Oh, I
Because
just caught that.
It doesn't matter what they do.
If they do anything,
Right.
it's
Like,
$100.
Probably their time to do it.
Yeah, they put your car in there.
It probably would have cost more. Like their per hour rate. They probably have a minimum 2 hour rate. It's probably 100 and something an hour. So it was probably cheaper than what it would have been if I didn't have it. But still, I'm like, man, $175 and a drive out and back to Syracuse just for a piece of freaking ice. But the car's not making the sound anymore, so that's good.
And nothing was broken, so that's nice.
I mean, that's nice. But that's when you hope something was broken.
Yeah. There was, if you drive all the way down there, you don't want to get down there for not having something wrong.
Oh, yeah. Well, I almost wish something was because, it's like, at least I would have got a new part out of it.
Yeah.
Or something,
It made it worth the while.
Yeah. But whatever. Hey, did you watch Olympic hockey?
I was just going to ask you about that.
It was so good.
Yeah. The Olympic hockey was fantastic.
Yeah.
The Olympic coverage fucking sucked.
Yes. It was horrible.
The entire time, I only got 2 channels. I don't know about anybody else, so I got NBC and USA. It was the only 2 things I could watch it on.
Yeah, I think it was on...
I'm sure it was streaming on whatever.
CNBC too, and Peacock.
Oh, yeah, CNBC, yep. There was a couple things, but barely anything on CNBC.
Yeah, they got to have their Peacock.
Non-stop on USA curling.
Yeah, I know.
You watch the curling in the morning.
Who cares about curling?
Nobody. Well, I can't say nobody. My wife, she loves it. It is the slowest, most annoying sport. Yeah. At least the men are chucking it, and I love women's sports.
Right.
All right, so I'm going to sound really misogynistic and stupid, but women's curling is literally just women sliding a rock on the ice every 5 minutes or so and yelling at each other. That's it. They just scream. All right. At least the men fire it down there and something freaking happens. Like, these women, look, it is the slowest paced, most boringest sport. And because nobody watches, I will say it. This is Corey Teesey. All right, she might be the greatest freaking curler in the world, but she was on TV more than any other Olympian and didn't bring home but 1 silver. I mean, come on. What? Oh, no, she brought home bronze, too. But, like, every time I turned on the TV, it was that girl curling. It was insane. And then the NBC stuff was all just reruns of morning stuff.
That's what they did. They reran everything.
All right, so and I get time zone difference and everything, and with technology, we're gonna get the news before we can get the thing. But like, if I find out Lindsey Vonn crashed in the morning, then really the only reason I'm watching that race at night is just to see her crash.
That was stupid. You have no ACL. Mm-hmm. You're skiing. Why the hell are you?
Unfortunate. And not smart, and obviously it didn't work out in her favor. A ton of credit for trying, and I feel it's different. The Olympics are different because with the 4-year bit, you put in so much for just one moment that even if there's something a little wrong and you think you can go, you're gonna go.
Right.
So I get that. What I said to Mariah beforehand was, it's too bad that whoever was left behind didn't get a chance.
Right, because she
decided to take her shot anyways, knowing that she probably couldn't go. The actual crash was a freak mistake from pushing too hard and racing.
When you have no ACL.
Well, it didn't have anything to do with it. If she came in 13th, and then she could say, well, it's because I didn't have an ACL.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me because the only sport I cared about was hockey.
That was just incredible.
I mean, I watched some of the snowboarding.
Yep.
But
you didn't get to see anything else.
No.
I find the biathlon stuff with the cross country skis and the shooting, I mean, slow and boring. You watch that while you're getting ready to go to work, but the athleticism and breathing control, you're watching these guys just run a 5K and then lay down and pop 5 shots, bing, 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 bing. Ain't no way I could do that, and I shoot a lot.
Right.
So to watch I love it when they zoom in on them right before they shoot, cause
then they're holding their breath.
Shoot. Shoot. It is like,
oh yeah,
how do you not, holy cow. So I mean, there's just so much other stuff in the Olympics, bobsledding, luge, skeleton, awesome shit that you just don't get to see because we're going to constantly watch curling every freaking day. And then when there's no more curling to have, we'll play more curling reruns.
I had a way to watch the stuff, but I can only watch it live.
Mm-hmm. So you're not getting up at 3 in the morning to watch curling?
And so I didn't get to see too much stuff unless I was home. But the part that sucked is the hockey was on such weird times. Mm-hmm. So I would get the game I could watch. I just was working. Mm-hmm. So it's at 10 o'clock, I can't watch Canada versus Finland or whatever.
Right.
But I would skip work early. I'd leave at get home at 3. So at 3:10, I could watch at least those games because
that was cool.
They were really good hockey games. And with the thing I have, I could actually watch the whole thing.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's only Canada was the only one early rounds that had a blowout. Everything else was pretty tight for every game.
Yeah, there was a lot of really good games.
Yep.
And so in the women, the U.S. was blown away.
Yeah, but so was Canada.
Right.
So it was just like a match made.
But that U.S.-Canada game was freaking
insane.
Awesome.
I love women's hockey.
Yeah, and they were checking.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to check. It's a no-check league. But they were checking.
Yeah, they play with physicality. There's no question about it. I love watching that.
But that men's final. Mm-hmm. Oh, man, was that a great game.
So the men's final. We're on this workout routine.
Yeah.
All right. So she'd been off for 2 days prior because we had grandkids.
Yeah.
And so she's like, I really want to go.
It's Sunday at 8 a.m.
Yeah. So I was like, all right. So we watched the first period while we were getting ready.
Yeah.
Leave. She's like, we'll be back before the end of the game. So I do the math. I'm like, I know how long we spend there. And
I can't believe you agreed to leave.
All right. So I was like, well, whatever. We're being each other's partner here.
Yeah, the game was done by 11, though. You could have gone after.
So we could have. Take off, and as I'm driving to the gym, I'm doing the math. I'm like, no way, I'm not going to be home. I might get home to see the guys with the flags on the ice.
Yeah. Could you put it on the TV there?
No, I don't know. streaming internet TV in me. I found how to turn on CSI, keep the captions on, and then I hold the remote so that nobody can change it because I don't want to watch anything else that you're Bloomberg or any of that bullshit.
Usually it's like Animal Planet.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, CSI seems to be okay with everybody. So
that seems to be on a lot too. Yeah.
So it's because I've got the remote. So I don't bother with that TV. So we come back. I'm like, oh, I wonder who won. I'm gonna see who it's gonna be on. So I turn it on, and they're like, we're going to overtime. I'm like, fuck yeah, that's great. So we sat down and watched the overtime. Fantastic. I wish we could have seen more of the game.
It was so good.
Yeah,
dude.
I heard lots about it.
Good game. I watched the whole game. I was ready for it right at 8 o'clock. I'm like, let's go USA. Got the kids saying USA, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
And then I've enjoyed watching the Canadians go
cry
crazy
about
after.
it. Yeah. This morning or yesterday morning on the Today Show, I saw one of the most amazing hockey moms ever.
Yeah.
All right. The Hughes moms.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. 2 boys on the Devils, 1 boy on the Wild now, right?
Yeah.
2 of them are all-stars. The third one's going to be.
Yeah.
All right.
Quinn.
Two.
I never knew how good Quinn Hughes was.
I
Holy
kind of did, but you never saw him.
You never
he was
see
in
him.
Vancouver. He was in Vancouver.
He's never on games I watch.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I'm, I've heard a lot about him. I've been paying a little attention. So you watch the thing, like the kid gets his teeth knocked out, golden goal, the whole bit.
And his interviews were awesome.
Incredible. Did you know she was a women's Olympic hockey player?
Oh, I believe it.
All right. Did you know she also won a gold medal in this year's games coaching the women's hockey?
Oh, yeah. I did hear something about that.
What an Olympic season for that lady.
Yeah.
And just knowing, we know a lot about hockey, we pay a lot of attention, but can you imagine being a hockey mom and then a hockey mom of 3 kids of various ages?
Yeah.
That woman must have been pulled in 17 different directions, and she did enough
She was driving everywhere, too.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, I'm probably paying somebody else to drive them the other place because she couldn't be in both places. But I mean, like the commitment, the sacrifice, and everything. Yeah. And then, by the way, kids, hold on. While I'm doing this, I'm going to not only win an Olympic medal, but also coach other people how to win Olympic medals. Badass. Yeah.
Do you know the coaches don't get gold medals?
Oh, they get just a little
They don't
trophy.
they don't get gold medals.
No?
I'm like, they should. The coaches should get it.
Really?
They don't. Yeah, just the players get it.
Well.
Yep. Nobody else. I mean...
She's in the team picture.
Yeah. No, but I mean, none of the men's coaches, none of them. They
I did not know that. Yeah. I just assumed that the coaches would get one.
Just the players.
That's
just
bullshit.
the players get it. Yeah, that's what I think too.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Give it to them too. But yeah, it was an amazing Olympic hockey.
Yep.
I freaking loved every second of it. I watched, and I have to go back to the boring NHL this week.
All right. So speaking of that, I'm doing the math last night because I didn't watch it. Can't stand it. I can't listen to the guy for more than 30 seconds of a CNN clip. But Trump's State of the Union address.
Yeah.
Right? I know you didn't.
I watched the hockey part.
Yeah.
I did. I watched the clip of him congratulating the hockey guys.
I saw that this morning on the news. And so I thought to myself, all right, I saw that was going to happen.
He gave Hollenbuck the Medal of Freedom.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
It's cool, but it's bullshit.
Cool.
I mean, it's a team sport. Everybody should got one then.
Right.
But that's just the way he is.
Yeah.
He has to invite the women. And so you should have. They won a gold medal too. It shouldn't be a has to. It's not even.
And they're a heck of a hockey team.
As good as any ever.
I'm not.
But what I thought
you're a bit bigger in women's sports than me, but I think the women's hockey team is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
The WNBA sucks, but
the product's up and down.
Yeah.
But all right, so there was guys last night in Washington that had to play in Vancouver.
I know. Today
in Anaheim.
I know.
And so they were trying to make it. I watch the evening news every night, and
the Hughes brothers have. Well, I know Jack Hughes has a back-to-back.
Well,
Wednesday, Thursday.
All right, the Devils do.
Yeah, the Devils do.
Right. Well,
so he was there last night.
and then he's got to get.
Then he's got to play back to back.
But he's only got to get from Washington to New Jersey.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
It's in New Jersey.
Is it home
Yep.
tonight?
And it's against Buffalo at home tonight. So him and Tage Thompson are probably riding together to New Jersey because they were both there. But I'm like,
and that Tage Thompson, I love him
Yeah.
too.
Hell-
I'd love to have him on my team. 6'4" freaking winger.
Yeah.
Who can shoot from the freaking goal line?
Yep. And is physical.
Yeah.
Yep. He's fantastic.
I noticed him a few games ago when he was playing Pittsburgh,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "Who's this giant winger who's shooting from the freaking goal line and shooting
Solely
top shelf goals?"
Solely responsible for what's going on in Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
like,
he's-
"Oh my god, this guy's
Out of his
freaking
mind. And if
great."
they don't get some more players around him, he's going to be gone like the wind.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't
well, they
blame
had
him.
Eichel.
Yeah.
He left. Well,
But they
he
weren't.
had
But
to leave.
they
weren't doing anything.
Yeah, they weren't doing anything then.
Eichel played a hell of an Olympic
Yeah.
game. He was awesome.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
It was
Matthews, did you see what happened with Matthews? The Toronto reporter was trying to bring up something about how he's not winning in Toronto, and the Hughes brothers jumping. Yeah, but he's a gold medalist for the U.S.
Yeah. No, I didn't see that. That's stupid.
Oh, isn't that ridiculous? The guy just won gold, and you're going to bring up some Toronto.
Yeah, he haven't won in the playoffs. No. Yeah. Well, he'll hear that soon enough.
Well, hey. He's better than McDavid. McDavid hasn't won anything in either.
Well, but McDavid's at least got to the finals.
That guy probably has the worst luck of any really good hockey player ever. Well, their defense always sucks.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
But look at
other than getting the cup, how much more
look what
shine do
happened
you
to
want to
him
give him?
on the game-winning goal. That was him.
Yeah, but it happens every day. It happens.
Sidney Crosby wouldn't have done that.
Oh yeah. What's wrong with him?
His knee.
Knee injury. He's only like 4 to 6 weeks or something. So I
Yeah,
didn't think it was
no
that
surgery.
Bad. Yeah.
So
I didn't think it was that bad, but Rantanen came back hurt too, so he's not going to play. But that was all that was on the ticker yesterday. There was nothing about Crosby.
Oh,
and so she said to me, she says, it's amazing that everybody came home and that's the only guy that's not going to play.
Yeah, no.
I said, no, there's something wrong with Sid because I remember hearing about how he didn't play in the gold medal game.
No, he
And
wanted to go, but with Sid, if he's not 100%, like if he's not going to be helping the team,
Yeah. Well,
it's
your illustration of hockey toughness in a nutshell. Okay.
Yep.
I was listening to the Stephen A. Smith show while she was getting her massage, and they're going on and on about it. And then one of the guests is like, "Well, you didn't bring up why Sidney Crosby didn't play in the gold medal game." And Stephen A. Smith says, "I don't need to bring it up." Because there's a damn good reason. He goes, you don't ever ask why a hockey player isn't on the ice.
Yeah.
He goes, if they can stand there, they're going to play. Yeah. And I've met Sidney Crosby, and I know his history. Mm-hmm. If he could have been standing on the ice and been any kind of productive person at all, he would have been in that game.
That was the problem. He felt like he wouldn't be productive enough. There was another player.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at your roster. Yeah.
But, even if he could have sat there on the power play and done his deflections by the net. It might have helped him.
In any game, a 75% Sidney Crosby is a good thing, except for an Olympic roster where you've got just stacked and stacked and stacked.
Yeah, you never know.
But I mean,
I'm happy the way the game went, and I'm happy Crosby wasn't on the Canadian team. To be honest with you, when they lost,
so it couldn't be his fault.
Right, it wasn't his fault they lost. So I was okay.
I guess
I was okay. But yeah, anyway, Olympic hockey was awesome.
We gotta be about on it, aren't we?
Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this week.
All right. We'll see if you could stay healthy for a whole week. We'll record another episode next time.
It wasn't my fault. It was the kids.
Yeah. This guy comes in here. This room is 8x8, maybe 8x10. He comes on and walks in the shop. He's like, "Hey, how's it going? Let's go record." I'm like, "Okay." Walk back there. He goes, "I feel like shit. Let's go sit in the closet together." I'm like, no. So that's what happened last week. We'll try and stay better for next week.
Yeah.
More batteries, more cameras.
Yeah, so we need to get more batteries.
Yeah, all right.
Or better cameras. Anyway.
See you next week.
Later.
No shit in fun. No shit in fun. No shit in fun. We don't care what you think.